let's talk about molten lava cake. Welcome back to Sprung On Food. I'm your host, Kay Sprung. This season, we're talking about favorite foods, the history behind it, and the role it plays in the world today. Joining me today is actor, writer, and musician, Maddie Ballard. Maddie, welcome.
Thank you. I'm so happy to be here.
I'm very happy that you are here. You are a very funny person, and I'm very excited to talk about your favorite food. Very delicious, but I have to know all about your relationship with it. Why is it your favorite? Tell me all the things.
Okay, I mean, maybe this is basic, but I grew up going to Chili's. Sorry. And we all know the Chili's
Don't apologize.
It's so good. And it didn't even stop me like when someone was like, you know the waiters microwave that, right? I'm like, I don't care. It's so good.
And so, I mean, was there a certain point? Is this like in childhood, in teenage years? Like, when did you you first discovered it at a Chili's? Should we give a shout out to the specific location?
It was in San Jose, California. It was near Oak Ridge Mall. And I would go there with my family. I would go there after shows. Like, we'd go there as a cast sometimes, and then we'd get one for the table. Sometimes I would get one just for myself, though. I'm like not good at sharing desserts, so I'd be a little bossy about that.
Listen, and they're like petite. It's not like a massive thing. I mean, I can't speak to the portion size that they're serving at Chili's, but I would assume they are individual sized, right? Like, so that
At least one is pretty big.
Oh, is it? Like, how big? Like, how big is it?
So I went like maybe 6 months ago, and I got one, and I was a little nervous because I was like, there's no way it's gonna live up to the hype. It was double the size of what I remember. It was it was huge.
Well, not the weird thing, but the interesting thing is that you would think almost it would be the opposite, because when you went, as a kid or younger, it might seem like it was a lot bigger. And then as an adult, you're like, no, now it's actually. So what do you think? You think they've just started to make them larger and then charger? Like, what?
Chili's is up to something right now. I don't know if you have seen, like, I feel like there's a lot of like influencers who are going there, ordering a lot of food and eating it in their car and posting videos about it. So I feel like they're upping their game. I feel like everything is kind of looking better. I don't know what's going on.
Oh, what are they doing? Like a mukbang, or like they're just rating it, or what is the point of getting the to-go and eating into the car? Is that just good for views? Like, please enlighten me.
I don't know. And I actually hate when people eat in their car. That's a nightmare to me. I need to be like seated. It'll be like a couple, and then one couple will come in the car with their little to-go food, and they're like, oh my God. And they'll try specifically like the mozzarella sticks. It's a lot of appetizers.
Okay.
I don't know why.
The only thing I can think of on the appetizer front is like perhaps only because you mentioned mozzarella sticks. Maybe they don't require utensils, so it's easier to do in the car. I don't know. Maybe I know people do this for a lot of other places, but Chili specific is what you're telling me.
Yeah, it's really, I don't know what's going on.
Nobody's done the chocolate cakes in the cars, have they?
No. Okay. Maybe I should do that. So that would make sense to me. Okay. Why would you? Because if you're getting ice cream to go, then eat it there.
Sure.
Eat the hot and the cold. Don't drive home and wait. Obviously, that I'm like, oh, sure.
Yeah. All right. So maybe we'll throw that on a to-do list. There's no urgency, but that could be good. Then you're kind of like part of this movement. I don't know. But then putting your own spin on it, and it is, your favorite. So have you been enjoying it anywhere else, or is that kind of your go-to and your core memory associated with Chili's? Also, shout out Chili's. You guys can totally sponsor this episode.
Go ahead. Love a pre-meal. Yeah. So the other big molten lava cake memory is my mom is an amazing cook. I'll call her a chef.
Hell yeah. Yes.
So she owned a kids cooking school called Bambini. It was amazing. So it was like she'd host kids' birthday parties and all these things. And so she would just try out a lot of recipes. And one of the popular ones was she would do like molten lava cakes. And it would be the kind, probably what you're thinking of with a molten lava cake, where it's in like a ramekin
Mhm.
and you do like the molten center. But she nailed it, and we would have that for like Christmas sometimes.
If it goes in a different direction, mom, if you're listening, maybe earmuffs for a second. How would you compare Mom's and Chili's?
There's a nostalgia to the ramekin. When I think of little ramekin and like cooking with my mom, that
Yeah.
absolutely makes my heart explode.
Mm.
But taste wise, I'm sorry, I'm going with the Chili's. I'm going with the Chili's because they also have caramel on top.
Do they? And that comes standard with all of them? I'm gonna have to experience this. I don't have any Chili's near me that I know of. Maybe I do, but I just never go. I'm in New York City, so I don't know for sure.
I want you to go. That would be kind of iconic. Wherever it is in New York, it's going to be hilarious. Wherever that Chili's is located, that's going to be a
If
fun.
it's anywhere, I would bet my money that it's probably somewhere near Times Square. If I land there, I will 100% order it. I will take videos, photos, everything. I'll send them to you. I will report back and let you know. Also, the size. How big are we talking with the Chili's one? Like size wise, what do you compare it to?
A large grapefruit.
What?
Yes, that's what I'm saying.
That's insane. A
I know.
large grapefruit molten cake? What the hell are they baking that thing in?
Yeah.
Oh, this was I'm so glad I asked because that is way bigger than I thought.
It'd be so funny if I'm totally talking out of my ass right now, but I really think, well, everything I'm showing you is not gonna. This is a candle. That won't do anything. It's bigger than this. It's wider.
Massive. Massive. Yeah.
Yeah.
I don't know. I mean, we can build engagement this way. If anybody listening or watching has experienced it recently, weigh in. What size would you compare it to? Is it big? Is it meant to be shared? I'm so glad that you've had it in different variations and more of the homemade variety. And then, getting it from wherever we can to keep it consistent across the US. But of course, to better understand and appreciate our food, we have to know where it came from. Today, we're talking about the molten lava cake, the dessert that looks like a little polite, unassuming chocolate cake until you cut into it and that chocolatey center spills out. It feels fancy, it shows up everywhere, and it's still treated like a special occasion dessert. So, where did it actually come from? Who gets credit for it? And how did it go from high-end restaurants to chain menus and freezer aisles? Before we travel back in time, let's set the scene. If you haven't had it before, what is a molten lava cake? It's a small, individual-sized, unless you're at Chili's, cake with a liquid chocolate center. It's often baked in a ramekin or a mold, then served warm with maybe some vanilla ice cream or fruit on the side. The defining thrill comes when you cut into the cake and the warm chocolate spills out like, well, lava. Depending on where you are and what cookbook you're reading, you might also hear it called as miqui au chocolat, chocolat coulant, chocolate fondant, or chocolate lava cake. These names all refer to the same magical textural tension, a cake that's set on the outside but still molten inside. Maddie, have you ever heard it referred to as any of those others before?
I have not. And can you say is it French? Can you say that again?
And I'm not a French speaker, so
Sounds great.
everybody can hate on me if I'm butchering it. Sometimes they do, it's fine. Miqui au chocolat and chocolat coulant. So I know, right? I feel fancy. So, mi-cuit chocolat is French for half-cooked chocolate, and then the chocolat coulant is flowing or molten chocolate. So, I mean, it makes sense.
The
Yeah.
first one sounded like you were saying like my chocolate queen.
Oh, listen,
Yeah.
I was just about to ask you if you had to create your own name for the cake outside of all of these, perhaps it would be that.
Maybe my chocolate queen. That's kind of fun.
That's super fun. I can actually see in my mind's eye merch for that. Maybe a cool sweatshirt and it has it, and then maybe the little chocolate cakes on it with perhaps like a little smile and a crown. I don't know. So just ideas.
Or if it's like my version,
Yes.
then maybe it'd be like mad lava because my name
Ooh.
it'd be like mad lava. Because I think for me, the lava would have to be crazy. The lava,
Okay.
the molten.
Yes, of course. And when we say crazy, what do we mean? A lot of it? Just like more of it? Like the ratio? All of the above?
Pretty like so once you do the scoop, I'm
Yes.
imagining a pretty rapid pour.
Ooh,
A
okay.
rapid rush. And not too liquidy, but like you
Uh-huh.
go what and then it goes
Ooh, yeah, like a mudslide, kind of.
mudslide. Ma-
Yeah.
mudslide. Oh, I like that.
Okay. Yeah, we've got a brainstorm action going on here. I mean, listen, if you take any of the ones I've contributed, we could do a virtual handshake, we can split it 50-50 if we ever sell merch, these are all great options. Ooh, but I like that. So we've got what was it? The first one, the
My
my
chocolate queen.
it's so cute. It's so cute. Yes, I love all of them. Maybe we could do just like a hybrid of all the names mashed up together, and it'll just be super adorable and amazing and unique. I've never heard
Yeah,
it anywhere else, so I'm into it.
good. We have a business plan. I love it.
Hell yeah. I mean, most people come on as guests and we leave as business partners. I have so many to keep up with, but it's all in good fun. Now, perhaps by some of the previous names I mentioned, you may have concluded that the birthplace of this little cake is France, which is true, but it gets complicated. Molten lava cake is relatively modern. Unlike, say, flan, it doesn't stretch back centuries. But if you want to learn more about flan, you can check out the History of Flan episode on YouTube or available wherever you get your podcasts. This cake's emergence as a culinary idea happens in the 1980s, primarily in France. In the early 1980s, French chef Michel Bras began experimenting with a new kind of chocolate dessert at his acclaimed restaurant in Léolé, France. His inspiration? The cozy memory of coming inside from the cold after a winter ski and warming up with hot chocolate. He wanted to capture the après-ski hot chocolate sensation in a cake. Michel created what he called coulant au chocolat, flowing chocolate. His method was quite technical. A piece of frozen-ganache, which is a rich chocolate cream mixture that was placed into the center of the chocolate cake batter, then baked. The ganache melted during baking, creating that molten center. It reportedly took him about 2 years to get it just right. And when it was, the dessert became a signature dish of Michel's restaurant, which held 3 Michelin stars under his leadership. Ooh la la! Perhaps much of the appeal was that this was more of a technical dessert to make, one that home cooks or the average restaurant at that time couldn't easily reproduce. His technique was precise and required skill and patience. Maddie, we're just tapping into this first portion of the origin of the cake. It was presumably first developed in the early 80s, which is not that long ago. It's basically like an elder millennial. If you were to assign desserts to different generation groups, and it doesn't have to be historically accurate, what dessert do you think would represent each of our modern generations best?
For some reason, for alpha, it's not a great one. It's like berries and cream.
Oh,
It's
okay.
like healthy berries and cream. I feel like they're like because it's like the whole girl dinner thing where it's like not really a full meal. I don't know.
Okay.
Berries and cream.
Okay.
And what's before
We've
that?
got Gen Z.
Or Gen Z. Oh, that's me. I'm thinking of brookie, a brownie cookie
Oh,
with ice cream because I think
ooh.
it's like complicated. It's like we're all a little like different flavor of everything, but it works. It
Ooh,
works.
love that. And who doesn't love a brookie? Okay.
Yeah, I think brookie
Love
with ice
that.
cream.
Okay,
Uh,
beautiful.
millennial is strawberry rhubarb
Strawberry rhubarb
cake
what? Oh, cake. Okay.
because
Okay.
it's a bit bougie. It's a bit bougie. It's not. It's yeah. It's a bit buttoned up, but it's still like a little fun.
Okay. Okay. These are good. These are good. Next we have Gen X.
Hmm. I think like a not in a bad way, but it's kind of a quick fix. It's like it's the Toll House ice cream sandwiches from the freezer aisle.
Those are delicious. Okay,
It's- it's-
I think they'll be pleased with that.
I think because it's kind of like getting the job done. Here it is.
Yeah.
No,
Oh,
no bake ahead.
yeah, convenient, quick. Yes.
Convenient. It's this. We're on the go. I think that
Yeah.
that makes sense.
I'm into it. And last but not least are our baby boomers.
McFlurry.
A McFlurry. May I ask why?
It's because it feels like nostalgic.
Okay.
You know what I
Oh,
mean? I think it's like
yeah.
nostalgic. It's like exciting, but still timeless, if you will.
Oh, okay.
There's
Wow,
variety.
what a fabulous lineup. Maybe, all right, so we have our merch shop, of course, but maybe we do a pop-up for this merch shop that also includes like a dessert pop-up. And the menu will consist of all of these items. People can come by, purchase, enjoy, buy the sweatshirts with the queen, mad lava. I mean, I don't know. I think people will be into it.
Mad Lava Queen. Maybe that's what it is. Mad Lava Queen.
Yes. Okay, the Mad Lava Queen pop-up coming to you soon,
Good.
featuring all of these generational desserts.
hmm I do want to say one thing about it's so crazy that that molten cakes were invented in the 80s. I would never have expected early 80s for the molten. I figured, I don't know, 46. I'm thinking 1946.
Okay. Well, I mean, buckle in because we may have some more to share about the timeline.
Okay.
So, let's fast forward a few years to start to 1987 New York City, baby. French chef Jean-Georges Vongerichten, then working in New York City's Lafayette in the Drake Hotel, was preparing dessert for a big private dinner service. He was making mini chocolate cakes using his mother's recipe with just 4 simple ingredients by melting butter and chocolate together and adding that to egg yolks whipped with sugar. He had to make 500, which was apparently more than he was used to making at once. What looked set on the outside went out to the guests, and Jean-Georges probably gave himself a little pat on the back for slinging out so many mini cakes, until the maitre d' ran in to let him know, whoopsie, the cakes were raw inside. But not raw in a way of being frozen, just, not set. They were warm, but liquid. When you have more cakes in the oven, you have more things to heat, which means you have to typically bake them longer. Would Jean-Georges get yelled at? Fired? Nope. The party gave him a standing ovation, and this mishap cake became a permanent dessert menu item called the Chocolate Valrhona Cake, named after the brand of chocolate used. The cake was doing very well at the restaurant, but it really took off when Jean-Georges opened his first restaurant, Jojo, in 1991. To put things in a modern analogy, have you ever made a video and posted it to one app and it gets pretty decent traction, and then post the same video to another app and it gets a viral moment? That's what happened with the cake at Jojo. The cake was popular enough at Lafayette, but started to truly catch on like wildfire after landing at Jojo. Maddie, there are so many examples that we can look at, like this example where it's sort of a right place, right time, or with real estate, it's location, location, location. As a creative, have you ever experienced a right place, right time scenario that stands out to you?
I don't know. I'm in such a phase right now of like my whole thing is like consistency. I
Mm.
feel like instead I've been talking to my friends about this. Like I get the right place, right time, but I think it's more complicated than that. I think it's like you always have to be ready for that right place, right time moment. Like
Ooh.
always like be bringing yourself every day and expecting it in a way of like having yourself like, yeah, I'm here it is. I just think that that is where my head's at this moment. Like being in the Sunday company at Groundlings, there are some days where maybe I don't feel that creative, but
Mm.
I am going to write anyway. And that's just happening. I have a 2 hour session blocked out and I'm going to do it. And I think just like having all of those little 2 hour sessions, all of those like rehearsals, all of that coming together creates the like right place, right time. I don't
Mm.
at the right place, right time where I'm like, I like maybe you're waiting around for that to happen. And I just don't, that is so not where I'm at right now.
Yeah, you're like, I can't subscribe to that. I just have to keep things consistent. When you have to block out these times where you said sometimes you may not feel so inspired, or however you might describe it best, do you have any tips or tricks or practices that you use to kind of get you more inspired or get creative juices flowing? Or do you just have to kind of go through the motions during that 2 hours? Is there anything that kind of helps spark things for you?
I mean, I have a lot of different ways. I have a lot of like voice memos of me just like talking through ideas or doing like weird voices and stuff.
Mm.
Or I have like a really crazy Google sheet where I just have like lists of ideas, any little inklings. When I read them back, some of them make zero sense.
Okay.
Um,
Okay.
I love people watching. The biggest inspiration actually is like Vaughn's, like our grocery store here.
Okay.
The grocery store
Okay.
people
Yeah.
and their grocery shopping element is so funny. Like there was I mean, it was kind of a hybrid of a couple people who worked there, but there was this checkout, this old man running self-checkout, and he was on his shit. And I loved it. He was quick. He was talking on the loudspeaker, and I like wrote a whole sketch about this guy who loves running self-checkout. And he just like he loved his job. It made me want to cry. He was so cute. And then
Oh.
even like a couple weeks ago, there was this very sweet. I love like just like older people. I'll just bawl my eyes out. There was this sweet older woman working, and she went up to someone at the cash register, and she was checking in about her calendar, about when she's going to work next. She had the tiniest little calendar book, so
Oh.
cute, with a little pen. And she comes over and she was like, Tony, what do you think about next Friday? Could I maybe come in at 1? Could I come in at 1 next Friday? Whatever. And marking her little, oh, God, it was
Oh.
so cute.
It's all of these very small moments and just being able to like be present and observe, which is, I know why you're a talented improviser, because that's a very big essence of it. But being able to witness these moments, one, recognize like, this is very sweet, like, this is very cute, and I love this. But then also, like, wow, I can do something with this. This person has inspired like a character, which is just, I mean, like you win.
Another thing that's been helping me recently is, well, it's something my therapist says, like, just in general, like wearing things like a loose garment, which I love, like not
Oh.
holding on to anything too tightly. And
Mm.
so that leads me to say, your next idea is going to be better than your last. You always have more ideas, and just like trusting that, because sometimes you can get so wrapped up, like you think of one thing and you're like, well, that's it. Like that's a wrap on my creativity as a whole.
Mm.
And it's like easy to feel that way, but really trusting that your next idea is like just around the corner, and then there's going to be a million more after that. So you don't have to be so precious about anything.
Ooh, I love that. Okay, so maybe we can combine both of these theories then. We can take that as sort of the right place, right time mentality, in that we don't know when that idea is necessarily going to come. It may be the next time I'm at Vaughn's and that was the right place, right time. But then in the meantime, we practice our consistency of just continuing our craft and everything that we're doing, and then we meld those two worlds together and
Yep, that's it. I think we've solved it all, actually.
all right, that's the end of the episode, everybody. Thanks for listening. No, there is more to come, but yeah. So I love that, and I think that a lot of people can probably relate to using that as inspiration. Maybe if they get stuck, whatever field you're into, just consistency, keep going, and then do other things that are maybe unconventional. Break out, have a conversation with a friend, and then you never know what might spark from there. Well, soon after, this molten chocolate cake was the it cake of the 90s. Copycats were popping up on dessert menus at some of the most famous restaurants in New York City at the time. Versions were being made by Tom Colicchio at the Mondrian, Bill Yassis at Boulay, and Jacques Therese at Le Cirque. Some used Michel Bras' method, but most defaulted to Jean-Georges'. His adaptation was easier for the other chefs to replicate, and it quickly spread across high-end dining in the United States. It wasn't long until it made its way across the country to Los Angeles, where Sherry Yard, the pastry chef at Wolfgang Puck's Beverly Hills restaurant Spago, started making them after trying the cake herself while Jean-Georges was still cooking at Lafayette. But there's a deeper culinary truth here. To think that the molten lava cake is strictly an 80s baby would be a bit silly. It sits at the intersection of multiple traditions: souffle, buttery cake, fondant, ganache. It borrows techniques from each, making it both familiar and revolutionary. And the truth is that similar ideas may have existed independently before these examples took place. Some sources suggest that French cakes with gooey centers or characteristics akin to souffle have been around longer, evolving in regional kitchens before formal documentation. While not going back ages before, we can dial back about 20 years earlier to a home baker named Ella Rita Helfrich. In 1966, her tunnel of fudge cake won the $5,000 second prize in the Pillsbury Bake Off in 1966, the nation's most visible cooking contest at the time. The tunnel of fudge cake, a chocolate bundt confection with a fudgy, nut-filled center, had only 6 ingredients, including frosting mix. It was a show-stopping dessert that anyone could make. And while this isn't a dead ringer for the molten lava cake we're discussing, you can draw similarities in the quality of both cakes. A set chocolate cake with an intentionally fudgy, gooey-like center. Just one example of how decades and countries apart, people can have similar ideas and cravings. Great minds think alike. Maddie, we see that some places are, for lack of a better word, straight up copying the idea. And then we see that some concepts can be inspired or even maybe just coincidentally happen without prior knowledge. As a musician, I'm curious if you have opinions when it comes to this kind of thing in the music world. When it comes to, let's say, using a sample, that seems to be recognized as pretty like on the safe side. But then when there are similarities of lyrics or melodies, or I've seen on social media, independent, smaller artists will allege of larger mainstream artists, like straight up copying their music videos. What is okay and what clearly crosses the line?
Oh, that's very interesting. That gets tough. I mean, I think if someone is doing it intentionally, they know that
Mm,
they are actively copying a song. Of course, that's not okay.
yeah.
But I think it's hard with music. I mean, there's only so many notes to choose from. And like to get a catchy song, so many songs are like quite similar. But I don't know. I can only imagine if you're putting your own spin on it, your own musicality, your own production, it should sound so different than
Hmm.
whatever you were trying to base it on in the first place. I just think, yeah, I don't love if someone is actively trying to make something sound really similar. I don't
Hmm.
love it. It just
Yeah.
doesn't sound individual. I just don't know why you would want to do that. If you have every option to make something sound like your own voice, why would you want to do that? I think this feels even more relevant in like the sketch comedy world to me
Okay.
because there's only so many ideas. I had an amazing director, Jess Pulley, was talking about this when she like guest directed. She's like, there's only like 5 ideas, 5 sketches, whatever. And like, I think there is some truth to that. Like, if you're the core of something, it might seem like a little similar. But again, if you're putting your own individuality on literally anything, the final product should be so different.
Well, however far back we try to trace previous origins and similarities, the specific form we know today, the small cake baked to have a molten center, is unmistakably a late 20th century creation. While chefs and food historians continue to debate who really invented the molten lava cake, Michel in France or Jean-Georges in New York, it's clear both contributed significantly. One by originating a concept and method, the other by popularizing a format that millions now recognize. In the 1990s, it was practically expected on the dessert menus of fine restaurants. But one of the first slight departures might be when it showed up on a menu at Disney World around 1997. Not in the park, where you'd also pick up popcorn and an ice cream bar. This was one of their reservation only restaurants. So, fancy Mickey. But it wasn't long before the cake actually did end up in some of their stands, with those ice cream bars and popcorn being served on a disposable plate. And starting only about a year after that, it spread into more casual venues as well. This dessert became so iconic that mainstream chain restaurants like Chili's, Applebee's, and California Pizza Kitchen offered their own versions, all of which still have it on the menu, proving that its popularity hasn't wavered. By the mid 2000s, frozen versions of molten lava cakes were sold in grocery stores, engineered to preserve that gooey center after reheating. And not to be a wet blanket, a lot of restaurants without a pastry program are serving up these heat and serve cakes, gussing them up with a little powdered sugar, a drizzle of chocolate sauce, or a scoop of ice cream on the side. At this point, could it have been considered basic? Maybe, but basic desserts are usually still pretty delicious, and most people like delicious things. Home cooks embraced it too, because the recipe requires only a few ingredients. Once people realized how simple it actually was to make, it became a popular choice for an impressive dessert at home for Valentine's, special occasions, or honestly, anything in between. Maddie, we've seen this cake now start off in Michelin rated restaurant to finding it at, of course, Chili's and Applebee's, and in the frozen section of grocery stores, not including our chocolate lava cake, of course, because I know how much you love it. When it comes to things being more exclusive, that start to catch on and become very accessible, and then you see it like everywhere, what do you think? Do you ever fall victim to trends or viral moments? Do you lose interest in that thing once it becomes like too saturated and too mainstream? Where do you land?
I yeah, I've never been a trends girly. And there have been
Okay.
times when I have, like, almost wanted to, where I'm like, "What am I missing? Why is everyone going to Japan right now?"
Okay.
I'm like like, I want to, but the
Sure.
things that they're doing there, they're waiting in line for, like, 2 hours to get a little, like, mochi cake or whatever, and I'm like, "I don't think I want to." I wouldn't if I went, I'm not doing those things. I've
Mm.
never yeah, or, like, a new brand of whatever's coming out. Labubu, don't get me started. I was never on that train. No, I'm just not a trends girly. I prefer like word of mouth, hearing about something, discovering it myself. That's way better to me, always.
Yeah, I mean, listen, have pride in originality, not falling victim. I mean, also that's not very convenient having to book a trip to Japan just to try a mochi thing. Like, it's fine. Like, if you want to get there, you'll get there eventually, but it doesn't need to be because everybody on TikTok's going crazy about it. So, yeah, that's fine. I think, and also your bank account probably loves you a lot more for not following all of these crazy viral trends. So,
Totally.
I think you're
Yeah.
doing okay. The molten lava cake has become shorthand for decadence in pop culture. It's often referenced in movies, cooking shows, and social media as the ultimate chocolate indulgence. Yet, even with its ubiquity, few desserts carry the same dramatic moment as the chocolate molten lava cake. The cut, the ooze, the gasp. That spectacle alone has solidified its place in modern culinary culture. You expect one thing, and then boom, a river of richness flows out. Food psychologists would tell us that contrast, texture, temperature, expectation makes food memorable. Molten lava cake, with its warm flow of chocolate against a cold ice cream or fresh berries, is designed for that kind of delight. And perhaps that's why it endures. Even when chefs debate its origin, diners continue to cut into it with the same anticipation. So whether it began with Michel Bras' inspired version in rural France, or with Jean-Georges Vongerichten's happy accident in New York, molten lava cake transformed from a niche dessert into a global phenomenon. But one thing's certain, its allure didn't just lie in its ingredients, but in the experience, the suspense, the spectacle, and the flowing chocolate center. And all of this makes it even more than a mini cake. It's indulgence and emotion all in one. Maddie, what do you think about the backstory of our molten lava cake?
Oh, I'm obsessed. I love I'm so happy when you said, like, So there was the frozen ganache version, and then there was the happy accident version.
Yes.
I love that. And then what was very interesting to me, this Pillsbury competition.
Yeah.
What year was that again? Like
the particular one for this cake was 1966.
I
Good
want to
though.
try that.
Yeah,
I really try that.
I'll try and dig up the recipe, and then I think I might want to recreate that as well. So if I can find her recipe, I will send it to you.
Great. Are you going to do nuts or no nuts?
I got to keep it true to hers, just to make sure it's accurate. And I'm not opposed to nuts, so I'll try it. But if you don't like them, don't do that.
I'll do half. I'll do half nuts.
I like it. Okay. And then maybe have some way to dignify which is the nut side, and not, or it could just be a great surprise.
Maybe I'll just put some. Oh, wait, no, I can't put it on top because you flip it. I'll figure it out.
You can put it you'll know which side. Put like one nut like on the top. Yeah. Bake it, and then you'll be like, it's this side. And then just remember it's that side on the opposite when you flip it.
Right.
It'll be a wild ride.
I'll figure it out once I cut into it.
Yeah. Yes. There will be that reveal as well. Yes. Now, aside from making its way to countless menus across the world, molten lava cake has a few more pop culture moments. In the 2014 Jon Favreau movie Chef, John's character loses his cool with a food critic.
Chocolate lava cake is not just undercooked chocolate cake. That's not what makes the center molten. You take a frozen cylinder of ganache and you set it in the ramekin so that as the outside cooks fully, the inside becomes molten.
In Season 2, Episode 5 of the Great American Baking Show, Holiday Edition, in 2016, bakers were tasked with creating 12 miniature molten lava cakes in 2 hours for the technical challenge. The competition featured various interpretations, including Earl Grey salted caramel lava cakes and hazelnut chocolate lava cakes. In 2016, the cake was immortalized in Starbucks beverage form as the Molten Chocolate Frappuccino, which has returned over the years as a special around Valentine's Day. In the 2019 Netflix series, The Chef Show, we are joined again by Jon Favreau and Roy Choi, where they revisit dishes from the movie Chef. One episode focuses on preparing molten lava cakes with Binging with Babish. And the popularity of the dessert led to the creation of entire establishments dedicated to it, like Hotcakes in Seattle, a molten chocolate cakery with different varieties like peanut butter, s'mores, and orange hazelnut. What? Maddie, can you think? Yeah, I know. Are you booking a trip to Seattle? It's not Japan, so it's a lot closer.
Seattle has bad vibes, in my opinion, most of the time.
Okay. Okay. Fair enough. Do some Googling. Maybe you can find a place that's closer to you. I don't know. Are there any other pop culture moments you can think of where the cake made a mark, or any final words that you have about your favorite food?
Ooh, I mean, I'm so glad you brought up the movie Chef. I wanted to say, I love that moment when he's like, he grabs it. The critic, have you seen it?
Yes. I watched the clip. Yes. I saw the movie like ages ago, but of course, in doing this preparation, yes, I watched that clip and grabs it and throws it and goes on to somebody else's. Yeah.
Yep.
It's dramatic. Yeah.
Yeah. Oh, so incredible. Any last words? I mean, well, I'm starving. I'll say that.
Okay.
I love the history. Thank you you did a great job. You definitely did your research.
Oh, well, thank you so much. Yeah. And maybe this will just inspire you to, I don't know, take another little trip over to Chile soon.
I'm going. There's the closest one is like Encino, which is not that close, but I don't care.
Okay. Again, closer than Seattle or Japan, so it's worth it. Well, Maddie, thank you so much for sharing your love of molten lava cake and helping me to tell its story.
Thank you so much. This was an absolute blast. I love chatting with you.
Thanks for watching. You can find links and more info in the description below. Don't forget to give this video a thumbs up and subscribe to the channel if you haven't yet. See you next time.